Before we start our cutting class, it's always wonderful information to know exactly what our tools do. Each tool has a different function, and it's really important to understand when you're customizing hair, which tool to choose to customize it to the exact design that you're looking for. Usually when we start out our basic haircut, we're either going to pick a straight blade or we're going to pick a razor to start our perimeter. When you choose a straight blade, the cylinder of the hair is cut at a straight line. If you pick up a razor, the actual tube or cylinder is cut at a slant. You're giving it more of a slant effect. That will actually create body on finer textures of hair. You also have a tool that's called a slide blade. The slide blade is to create a thinning texture to the hair, making it collapse rather than using a blade that is a texture blade. If you go in there and you take out some of that hair, you're going to make the hair go from short to long, and it's going to expand internally. If you want it to collapse, you would do a slide blade, or you would do your straight blade, cutting from short to long in a downward motion to remove some of the hair so the actual haircut could collapse. If you're looking for a lot of texture and a lot of body in the hair, you would like to pick up a razor because you're giving the effect, a scooping effect, and giving a lighter texture to the ends. This tool is very helpful when you have a fine-haired client that needs a lot of volume. You're also, if we're in the bang area and we're really wanting to collapse the bang and get rid of a thicker part of a bang, sometimes if you pick up the texture tool or the texture blade, you're going to create more volume and make them fluffy. Is that what you're actually trying to create with the bangs? Or would you pick up your slide blade to actually go in and take out some of that hair, having that short hair collapse that long hair down without giving expansion? That would be what you would use that for. Now if we're going to go for something like removing a lot of texture to the hair, but we're also looking for a lot of body, we're going to go with our texture shears, which then creates that short hair inside of the long, which is going to expand that hair out and give it a lot more full and body effect. When you are actually cutting hair, this is geometry on a spear. So make sure that your body is positioned, your shoulders are dropped, your elbows are up, and you're actually creating a straight line with your hands. Make sure that you're going in there and creating a geometrical cut with her hair. It's geometry on a spear. And when you finally understand the concept of that, it starts to fall in place for you. Use your hydraulic chair. Don't let your body bend over. That's giving you a completely different cut. Make sure that you stand tall, stand up, keep your arms up, drop your shoulders. As a stylist working many years, keeping your shoulders up will cause you a lot of pain in this area. So make sure you always keep your shoulders down and use your hydraulic chair to pull your client up to where you're actually standing and creating the perfect angle on that spear. That covers what the ends of the hair are actually what's going to happen to the ends of the hair when you use that tool. This is what happens. If you use a shear, you're going to get a hard line. If you use a razor, you're going to get a little bit of a flip. If you use a slide blade, you're going to get a thinning of the ends in a straight line. If you use texture shears, you're going to get hair that kicks out the long hairs where the short hairs are cut short. So now they know what they want to do. And as they're looking at that client, knowing where the thickness needs to come out or where the blending needs to occur, that's where they choose the different tool to customize it to whatever desire that client is needing. If she feels like it falls too heavy here, but she doesn't want it to blow up, then she's going to slide it out. If she wants to see more volume and flippy and airy, she's going to use texture shears. So every time you customize, you're speaking with your client, asking her and knowing what you actually want to create on that head. You're asking her, what do you want to see in that hair texture? Do you want to see more volume here, or do you want it to condense down? That's where you pick the different tools. Where you just like all of a sudden, because even for experienced stylists, forget about their tools because they get in the same motion all the time. Step back and look, and let's take this to the next level. Let's customize it to exactly the shape and volume of hair that